She's a crooked person. She's a bad person. Evil. She's an evil, sick, crazy bitch. Oh, no. It starts with a B, but I won't say it. I want to say it.
You know, because calling women in politics names is a great strategy on the last night of your campaign. But you know what? When it comes to MAGA, maybe it is.
In 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
I'm still trying to figure out where MAGA stands on the trash insult. They invited a comedian on to call Puerto Rico trash, faked outrage when Biden called them trash, then let Vance go up there and extend the insult to the vice president. And I'm still trying to figure out how any of this has anything to do with the economy, healthcare, housing, or the border. I keep hearing how Trump isn't on message, but actually I think he is.
And I know, Kristen, you're learning there's some concern about Trump's closing message. Tell our viewers what you're learning.
Yeah, I spoke to a number of aides, allies, advisors, all of whom have either warned Donald Trump's campaign or warned the former president himself to stay on message in these final days. And this particularly came after his rally yesterday morning in Pennsylvania, and when he seemed to essentially go off the rails on some of the messaging they were trying to have him focus on. Take a listen to just some of what he had to say.
I saw that rocket came down. I said, oh, man, it's going to crash. Those two big arms, you saw the arms? They grabbed that thing like you grab your beautiful baby. See, I've gotten much better. Years ago, I would have said something else, but I've learned. You have to learn. I would have been a little bit more risque. The press will say, oh, he rambled. No, that's not rambling. You know what that is? That was genius. That's the weave. We can't let these animals come in for other countries. Today you get a little slap in the wrist when you kill somebody. You kill somebody. Now if you fight for a fair and free election, then they throw the book at you.
His team says that they heard that he heard from allies, that he understood this, what was at stake, and so they have kept him focused for the last several rallies. We'll see, of course, what happens when he gets on the ground here in Grand Rapids. They don't want to lose any votes because of Donald Trump's rhetoric, and they have told him that he needs to be on message and hopefully on time. We don't think that's going to happen tonight, to keep the crowds energized and focused.
He needs to stay on message to keep crowds energized and focused.
Trump still speaking?
Yeah.
You guys leaving early? You guys leaving early?
Yeah.
Taking off? Hey, you guys leaving early?
Yeah.
All right. Leaving the rally early?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys leaving early?
Yeah.
You guys leaving early?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys taking off a little bit early?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you decide to leave early?
I've heard it before.
Heard it before, it's kind of boring. Yeah.
They'll leave early, will sit on their hands every once in a while when he happens to demean and insult someone that they know or love that fits the group that he's railing on. But all of it gets tossed out the window when it comes to supporting him. They've created a group identity that's okay with him not only calling anyone that doesn't obey him garbage, but more importantly, proposing policies that treat those folks that way, not knowing that it also affects them. We're just left wondering if the fatigue translates at the ballot box.
I went down fast because, I looked, there was blood all over my hand. I said, this is not the normal situation. It's either the largest mosquito in history or I got hit by a bullet. And I followed my hand down, and I think people were also shouting, get down, I think it was. But I went down, and I'm telling you, I had, I guess, 7 Secret Service agents.
In normal circumstances, discussions about people leaving a 5-hour-long rally early isn't a big deal. But one of the pillars of Trump's pitch is that he draws the biggest crowds and that people are enthralled by his words because he's such a transformative genius. It's stuff that doesn't make any sense. And since we've had to hear it over and over and over again for a decade, the media has been forced to become full-time fact checkers.
And I want to show you guys real fast what this crowd looks like, because Donald Trump was scheduled to take the stage at 10 a.m. and our Tony Butler is going to show you what this crowd currently looks like. We're looking at about a capacity about 70% full here. And for 9 years, I'm going to have Tony Pan to the right. For 9 years, we have talked about the enthusiasm in the masses that have come out for Trump's rallies time and again, even at his politically lowest points, including in 2022. But interestingly, and I can't tell you exactly why, But in this final week, we have seen far smaller crowds. We were in Greensboro, North Carolina, where just a few thousand people. Macon, Georgia, just a few thousand people yesterday. What does that mean? Ultimately, you can only discern so much from what crowd sizes look like. But interestingly, for the first time since I've been covering Donald Trump since 2015, there's been us in the press that have been looking around questioning why the crowd sizes have been less than what we are accustomed to.
He'll call that report fake news, despite the proof that we see it in front of our eyes, when it's easy to just accept that the campaign is essentially wrapped up, and fewer people feel the need to be at campaign stops that repeat many of the same things said before. And by the way, that goes for any candidate. There's a full court press to distort and spin, and now that's what drives every narrative.
Thank you all. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, too many thank yous.
About 20.
There must be 35.
Dream to be the scientist.
She's talking about how great San Francisco was before she destroyed it. A lot of talk about childhood. We've got to get to the border, inflation, and crime. Say these out. The things of which she complains. The things of which she complains.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man.
These prosecutions were all started by her and Biden against their political opponent. Me. Get that out right away. She paid and raised bail. She paid bail to get the violent rioters in Minnesota out of jail.
Tim Walz let Minnesota burn. Kamala Harris went out the
I
walls
love
to lit
it.
the matches.
Put it in there. Put it right in with the stuff, right?
With that post, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You could do it either that or separate.
Say more lies, lying about the Project 2025.
Oh, lying against Project 25, which she knows, and so do all Democrats, that I have absolutely nothing to do with.
MAGA can't decide based on policy and vision. This race has reduced followers to question everything about the Harris campaign and accept whatever Trump says about his own, all the way down to endorsements.
Why would anyone, even a liberal celebrity, endorse Kamala Harris? Well, one reason is because we're seeing unprecedented amounts of pay for play. Again, none of this is organic. It's a paid influencer operation. Know that. The celebrities who are getting paid are getting probably paid in another way because they're either on an Epstein list or a Diddy party list or both. We all saw that, how magically Diddy gets busted and all of a sudden everyone's endorsing the Democrat just out of nowhere. The people that were endorsing Trump, well, we're going to go the other way now. I wonder why that is.
If anybody thinks that there isn't money going to those celebrities when they go out on that stage, believe me, they're not doing it because they're, incredible patriots and really believe in Kamala Harris and her lack of vision for this country. You better believe that a substantial number of them are getting paid in one way or another. Trust me on this, Benny, because I understand the inner workings of these things better than anyone. And there's some dark money that flows to those, Everybody has a price. All those celebrities have a price. And there's very few good ones that are truly up on the stage because they care on that side of the aisle.
Is it true Donald Trump tried to give you money to endorse him one time?
I got a call, but they wanted me to, Sunday.
Oh, they wanted you to come yesterday.
Madison Square Garden?
This week.
Yeah. They wanted you
yeah,
to
because they wanted
there?
you to perform Mini Men. They wanted you to perform Mini Men at the RNC too, right?
Yeah, and they still offered me $3 million.
To perform?
At the RNC or this past Sunday?
Huh?
At
this past Sunday.
At $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then they offered you money for the Republican National Convention too, right?
Mm-hmm.